I'm GahNon, Keeper of the Light. I am come to say that this world needs to heed the sign that is given to the human. For the human is the only one that can save this planet. For the human is being parasitical. It is, at this time, a parasite which takes all that it can take and gives nothing in return. I say that this is a time for the human to give back to this planet, for if not now, it will be too late later. For the numbers of the human are ever increasing, and the resources of this planet are diminishing, and without the use of what you call genetically modified foods, there will not be enough to sustain the population of the human. But with these genetically modified foods comes a risk of altering DNA, altering the physiology of the human's body, altering the makeup of the human. For it has been said before that this genetically modified foods can cause what you call sterilization. Maybe not immediately to where it is visibly present, but over time this can and more likely will take place. I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, say that this is a time for awareness, to become aware of what this planet Earth is saying to you. Wake up, human, and see what it is that you are doing to this planet, for this is the only inhabitant that you have, and as its resources are depleted, you will, and some are, slowly starving to death because of the lack of nutrients for your body. This is a time to be aware of what you can do to sustain yourselves and to help others sustain their selves. For this is the only civilization that I have seen that is as selfish, self-centered that they can be. The human has no regard for one another. The human only is concerned for self-preservation. And when I speak of self-preservation, I speak of individual preservation, not self of all human. This is the self of individual human. That is what I speak of. There is too much arrogance, too much of the ego working here. The human has lost its compassion for one another. They don't care. The human does not care about anyone but the individual. For this is what I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, have seen and are seeing now. I am seeing the fact that the human race is all about the preservation of one's self. Yes, there are those amongst you that do contribute to the welfare of others. Yes, this is true. But there are so few of them, so few of you, that it is as a drop of water in the ocean. This planet will retaliate, will rebel against the human, and signs of this have been occurring. I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, say it is time for the human to wake up and see what is happening and care about the repercussions of overpopulation and overconsumption. For what are you? Are you not to be keepers of this planet and to make sure that they, the keepers, maintain the planet's well-being for the betterment and the well-being of the human race? This is what I have to say. GahNon, Keeper of the Light, I say this to you, human. Heed the warnings that are before you, and look around and notice them occurring more frequently. I, GahNon, say that the human has the potential of saving its race. But as I say this, the human also has the potential of destroying its race. There are those amongst you, amongst the human race on this planet, that will fight, that will cause war to preserve their own selves. This would escalate into a war that would affect all of the human. Yes, there are those of you who would understand or not understand that this is a real threat to the human. You do not see it now, only because it is not in your face, as you would say. But I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, say to you, human, that this is a real threat to your safety and your existence. No war like this has ever happened on this planet before, but it will come if the greed and self-centeredness does not go away and the compassion for fellow human does not return. This is what you have to look forward to, human. Some of you, or most of you, may not live long enough to see this take place, but it does not mean that it will not happen during your lifetime either. But, human, the best way to consider this not occurring at all is to change the way in which you think, in which you perceive your fellow human. Start now, and the events may change. I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, say that this is a time to become aware. What I have said is only significant to those who care of the human. There are those of you, human, that care not for no one except yourself. And you will look at this message and laugh, for you think that you will not be affected. You will be the one that will be most affected by this. For who will you be able to turn to when the need arises? You will see yourself being alone. Now is the time to make alliances with those of like minds, those of the human that wish to see this planet and the human race saved. I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, say that there is much to learn, much to be able to understand in order for this to occur. I tell you, human, you are as infants with your thoughts. You think of nothing yourselves. This I have seen. This I know. I come to you with this warning. Now that the warning has been given, it is up to you what you are going to do with it. I, GahNon, say that there are ways of making yourself prepared, and if you wish, they are available to you. Prepare yourselves, human, prepare. I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, want to say that this time there is rejoicing that can occur, rejoicing in the change in which you are willing to make in your mind and body. Prepare yourselves with what you are to eat, with what you are to wear, and look at what you have to offer one another. The human is a very intelligent species, one of several on this planet. I, GahNon, say that there is much yet for the human to learn. I say that this time is before you, and only you, the human, can take advantage of what time is left. For the number of days, months, years, whatever the denomination of time, it is limited to a specific number. And yes, I am aware of this number, but for me to convey it to the human would be irrelevant, for it would be used by those who would want to have control and take control for their benefit. So this is why I, GahNon, Keeper of the Light, will not divulge this information. I say this is the time to consider why you are here on this planet to begin with. You are here to help for the preservation of the human race and help all the human to raise their vibration, raise their energy, raise their consciousness, bring their conscious awareness forth for the energy and the vibration which is needed to achieve the next level of ascension where the human was meant to be. For it is the human destiny to be able to ascend, but from my observation, I, GahNon, say that this is a long way off for the human. Ascension is a vital part of the human's existence. The body may leave the planet, but the soul will not. The soul is the continuation of this organic form in which you house the soul, and it is for that purpose that you are here. As it was meant to be, you would have started to ascend, but there have been too many wars, too many conflicts, too much interference amongst the human. The vibration and energy level in which you're at this time is nowhere near where you should be by now, due to what I have said, and this is all part of why the human has not reached the level in which to ascend. Yes, there are several on this planet that are ready, and they do shift dimensionally, but to truly ascend and leave your carbon form requires much, much more than you are willing to give as a whole. Those that has been spoken about earlier that live within the center of this planet, within another dimension, are willing to assist. But they too are perplexed on why you wish conflict over peace, why you wish greed over selflessness, why you wish to keep everything to yourselves as individuals and not share amongst all of the human. This is their question to you. I am GahNon, and that is the message I wish to speak.